Most free-to-play games are not worth your time, with ridiculously overpriced cash shops. Despite seeming okay to begin with, progression soon becomes paywalled, and big spenders gain insane advantages. However, when the free-to-play model is done right, you can play some of the best games. Number 10. Summoner's War. Now available on Steam, but originally on Android and iOS. I don't normally recommend mobile games, but this is an exception. You will get a few notifications from the cash shop, but it's not too predatory, and there is some pay to win. But still, this gacha game deserves its place on this list. The creators often collaborate with other franchises such as Assassin's Creed, The Witcher, and Street Fighter. It feels great to summon a powerful monster. If you enjoy collecting units and synergizing them together in teams, this game has a charm that makes it a joy to play, either casually or hardcore in the real-time arena. Number 9. Armor Attack. This is an exciting upcoming team tactical shooter. Currently in open beta, a Steam page is up, but you can play the game via their Discord. There are 3 different factions that have different strengths, with plenty of weapon and unit combinations to cater to your playstyle. It's a grindy team shooter, where you will earn currency for competing, and buy new weapons and units, or upgrade them, which is all part of the tactics of the game. Armor Attack is showing great promise, but is one of a number of titles on the list that is not yet fully released. But even at this stage, it is fun to play, so if you want to help with feedback, or just join their awesome community, then you can head on over to their Discord. Number 8. EVE Online. Another title that has been around for a long time, so there is plenty of content, and one of the earliest games to do the free-to-play model right. EVE Online is a space game where you work your way up into bigger and better spaceships, and specialize your character into the style of gameplay you enjoy. You should never fly a ship you can't afford to lose, because everyone will be trying to blow you to pieces if they catch wind of your valuable cargo. Although you can stay in higher security areas, which is safer, but often less lucrative. Whether you enjoy exploration, combat, or trading, there is plenty of PvP and PvE content to earn your fortune.
Break the ice that binds me. Release me from this prison!
Number 7. Hearthstone. Hearthstone is a fun and interactive digital card game from Blizzard based on the world of Warcraft, with many playable heroes and monster cards from the game. It is primarily a deck-building and PvP card battler, although there is also a lot of single-player content to play.
Destiny calls to you. Rise and serve your king. Scourge will wash over this world as a swarm of death and destruction.
There are ladder modes, such as Standard with cards from the last 2 years, and a Wild mode where most cards are viable to use. There are also other game modes such as Arena, where you continue until you lose 3 times, and also an auto-battler called Battlegrounds, all in one game.
Often I am asked, what does a hero truly need? Much depends upon the hero. Would you be swift? Then for you, I have speed beyond measure.
Number 6. Dota 2. This is a MOBA team game where the aim is to destroy a structure called the Ancient defended by the opposing team. Created by Valve, it has a steep learning curve but is incredibly rewarding once you learn it. There are many different heroes with different strengths and weaknesses.
Would you be strong? Then I can grant you the might to overpower any foe.
Heroes use their different roles in the lanes of the game map to achieve victory with your team. Serious strategies are at play while you use your hero's abilities during one-on-one battles all the way up to all-out 10-player team fights while trying to use the map to your advantage. There's plenty to think about and tons of fun to be had in this free-to-play game.
Would you be wise? Then come closer and I will unlock your inner cunning.
They were right to fear me. Had they not taken my home of fire, I'd not have brought their fears to life.
You are hereby exiled.
Now I managed to raycast. But to me, one land is like any other. The elements are my allies, the dead are my servants, and fear will be my closest foe.
Number 5, Path of Exile. An action RPG with tons of loot. In fact, so much loot, you will probably want to use an external filter so you can actually see the ground. It is similar to Blizzard's Diablo, but has a lot more going on with an enormous skill tree. This game is super deep and has an unbelievable amount of mechanics to learn, but it's great to play casually or hardcore. It has a permanent server or regular leagues that reset progress with different modes with or without trading or permanent death. You will do great by following guides, but it's really fun to try making your own builds, combining different skill gems together to get some crazy results. An incredible free game everyone should try and difficult to improve upon, but more on that later. Number 4, League of Legends. Another MOBA with slightly shorter games. It's a little easier to get into than others in the genre, but still a deep tactical skill-based team game that will be sure to keep you hooked. You can earn currency as you play to unlock more champions for free, or of course shell out to get them immediately. At level 11, there's also a free rotation where you can test out different champions each week before committing your hard-earned currency. With regular updates and balance patches to keep it fresh and a huge roster of champions, there is tons of different builds and strategies to try out. Number 3, the Bazaar. This one is a brand new upcoming auto-battler, which currently has 3 playable heroes and asynchronous PvP, so against other players, but not in real time, which is a perfect fit for this genre. As of the time of recording, it is still in closed beta for a few more weeks. So, to gain early access, you will need to purchase a Founders Pack. However, the open beta is set for January, and from then on, it will be free to play. Produced by Tempo, 6 years in the making, the production quality is great, and the gameplay is on point coming from a former player of the previously mentioned Hearthstone, so you might notice some influence if you check it out, and I recommend that you do. Number 2, Warframe, a huge third-person shooter with tons of content. It still receives huge free updates.
Adrift in the river of destiny, I will flow with you, gamble with my life, for I choose to roll the dice.
An example of free-to-play done right. You can save time by paying, but also everything is earnable by playing. It is a very grindy game, but both solo and group content are great fun. With all the content added, the variety of frames and depth of builds is enough to keep you playing for a very long time. Without a doubt, one of the very best games you can play today, without paying any money at all.
The gods caused all this, you know. After Oriath was destroyed, I traveled, searching for answers. Everywhere I went, the same divine devastation. It must end. I will end it. And no exile will stop me!
And at number 1, Path of Exile 2. Once again, at the time of recording, you do need to purchase a supporter pack for early access, but this game will be free to play on full release in 2025. An action RPG sequel improving upon an already great game in many ways. Just a small payment would go a long way towards quality of life improvements like storage space for your loot, but the game is fine to play free and is funded by player cosmetics, meaning there is no pay to win, and big spenders won't be at any major advantage. Being a newer game, there isn't yet as much content as the first, but you can be sure the game will be supported with new content and leagues for a long time to come. So that's my top 10 free-to-play games. Let me know in the comments if you have any favorites you think should be in the list. Please help me out and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more content.